that can bring back California to the Golden State status. He's done it before, and California needs him again. We believe Jay Brown represents change. That change will impact and benefit everyone, California. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please all stand, join me in welcoming our next governor of the great state of California, the Honorable Jay Brown.
So anyway, thank you all for being here and supporting the campaign, Richard and all the other co-sponsors. This is a very important year, very important election. California, like America itself, is facing a crisis. The whole world suffered under the state is having that trouble too. But we're a great state. We're a rich state. The wealth of California last year, the new wealth generated, called the gross state product, was $1.8 trillion. 1.8 trillion. There's only 7 other countries in the whole world that create that kind of wealth in 1 year. So we do have some problems. The deficit is 1% of that. 1%. That's much smaller than most of the other countries that we're looking at. But it's still a big problem, and the people in Sacramento are having a very hard time. So they need a governor who understands. I've done 8 budgets. I've been there before. And when I was there, we reduced taxes by several billion, reduced the income tax, reduced taxes on retailers, a number of things. And the state at that time, not the state government, but people, like in the Korean American community and all over California, created almost 2 million jobs. About 1,970,000. I mean, almost 2 million. That was powerful. It represented a much greater percentage of jobs than California represents as a part of America. So we were 10% of America, but we created 17% of the jobs. So I know what prosperity looks like. Going forward, it's not going to be easy. There are a lot of tough choices to be made. The spending commitments were all assuming a wealthier country. But we lost $11 trillion when the market melted down, the mortgage scams, the Wall Street, the investment bankers, all of that stuff, the foreclosures, the unemployment, all of that brings down state revenue. So we have a tough, very difficult. And people don't want taxes. So that's another problem. And that's why the governor and the legislature don't have a budget. It's too painful. Now, what I propose to do is to start right after November, bring in all the legislators, all 120 of them, and spend as much time as it takes to go over each major area of the budget and decide what we can do without, or what we can't do without. And at the end of a few months, go ask the people themselves, what do we want in California? What kind of a university system? What kind of a criminal justice system? What kind of education? And it costs money. But if we don't want to spend the money, then we've got to change things. We have to do less, or we have to do it more efficiently, or both. And it's a big, big task. They can't do it now. They don't know what to do because it's so painful. The Republicans say one thing, the Democrats say something else. And if I go up there, I'm going to get them to think as Californians first. I'm a Democrat, but I've been around a long time. I understand there's not a Democratic solution. There's not a Republican solution. There's a California solution. And that's what I'm going to be looking for. And I'm going to work. I'm not taking vacations. We're not letting them go home. At some point, we're going to have to put them in that chamber and lock them up until we come out with the answer. By the way, it's not just the legislators. It's the people who are worried about things. It's the businesses. It's the unions. It's the Chamber of Commerce. It's the Tea Party people. All these people who want something, you've got to get them all in one room together because what they want is incompatible. They can't all get what they want. Not the Republicans, not the Democrats. So how do we go from where we are to where we got to go? Right now, there's only one plan, and that is to just get frozen and borrow money. Don't solve the problem, just borrow. And today, they're not that close to a budget that I can see. So they just go to Wall Street and keep borrowing. It's like somebody who buys a house and they don't have any money. Eventually, there'll be a foreclosure. So my point is that if we get everybody together, not for a day or a week, but for months, and I mean hundreds and hundreds of hours, we will force a solution. Or if we can't get the solution in the Capitol, we will take it to the people. And one way or the other, we got to figure out how we're going to spend the money. We want a $100 billion government, or we want an $80 billion budget government. We can take some power that the state controls, push it back to the cities and the counties, and let the cities and counties have the authority and the tools they need to provide for the services. So we're in a big, big challenge here. And they're not able to come up with solutions because it's not that easy. And what you don't need is somebody declaring war on immigrants or on the public employees or business or anybody else. It's how we got here, that's one problem. But it's how we're going to get out of here. How are we going to get to a prosperous California? It's a 1% problem. The deficit is 1%. And while we solve that, we have other things like water and energy and the university and crime. And those are things I know a lot about because I've done these before. Now, some people are saying anybody who knows, who's been part of it, should be out. And we want somebody who never voted, who didn't know anything about it, but who has a lot of money. Now, I don't think that's right. I think this is going to take a lot of skill, a lot of goodwill, a lot of integrity, and a lot of courage. And at this point in my life, I'm not looking for another office. I don't need this. I've done it before, but I really think I can pull people together. It's unifying both parties, north and south, and get it done. Just like the budget, the water is a problem. Southern California needs water. The last water project in California was under my father, 1966. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you the state is divided, and it's very hard to get a solution when the division is too strong. And right now, we're divided on crime and punishment. We're divided on water. We're divided on universities, and we're even divided on schools in some ways. And we're certainly divided on how we're going to pay for it. So that's what's going to take a leader. And if the leader is respected, people will follow. If the leader is disrespected, then all we do is squabble. That's kind of where we are. So I see this as an exciting challenge. I'm very optimistic that we can pull this off. But it's going to take a lot of help. It's going to take a lot of support. So yes, I'm going to do everything I can for the Korean American community and for other communities, realizing that the government is in gridlock. They're mad at each other. They're just kind of wandering around looking for a leader. And I'm ready to be that leader. And with your help and with the support we're getting tonight and between now and November 2nd, it's going to be a very tough campaign. You've seen the ads. Don't believe them. They're not true. You've read those ads? You've seen the Whitman ads? She's only spent $120 million. She'll spend another 50, maybe another 100. We have the money, and we will be on the air, and we will tell the truth, and we'll give Californians a choice. Are we having more of the same? Schwarzenegger came. He said he'll tear up the credit card. Now the credit card is bigger than ever. He said he'd blow up the boxes, meaning he'd change the bureaucracy. Nothing happened. You need somebody who's been there, who knows it, who's not beholden to any particular ideology. Okay, that's what's up ahead. So, yes, we're in a great state with a great potential, but we've hit a wall right now. And to get over that wall, it's going to take everybody cooperating. So that's the way I see it. I'm going to reach out to everybody who's a part of our state, and we're going to get it done. That's my promise. Thank you for being here, and just hold on. We're going to have a great election, and you will be seeing my television spots very soon. And if you want to help some more and be part of the campaign, let us know. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Did you see the energy that he brought to us? Who said that he's too old to run? It wasn't very hot to begin with, but it just got hotter. Anyways, I don't want to stand between you and your dinner. The dinner will be served, and please come out and say hello to Governor Brown when you get a chance. And please enjoy. And we're going to have a great performance come out, and
dance, Korean traditional dances. So please have dinner and enjoy the rest of the night. And I'll see you soon.
There he is. To the camera.
Everyone, please stand up with your glass of water or a wine.
I am really honored and privileged to toast a wine to a very special governor of California who came to Korean American community for the first time and many times after that in 1970s. And governor who appointed minorities to the state benches. As soon as he became governor, he appointed over 70 judges out of minority and broke the tradition. And governor who has employed more minorities to government, and that great governor, we welcome again and we toast to his victory.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.